Good morning, Flo. I want to ask this question because you've been to the playoffs quite often. What does a playoff-ready team look like?
Look, I think if you get into the playoffs, you've got a good team. Your team's talented, they're tough, they're smart, they play well together. It's hard to win in this league, so to get in means that you accomplished something, or you made a lot of strides and improvements over the course of the season. So, playoff any team that's in is a good football team.
Adam?
I was curious what you took from what Brian Daboll, I'm sorry, not Brian Daboll, Sean McDermott said yesterday about how he's planning on using his players and the kind of the subterfuge, I guess, trying to keep the information away from you all. How are you preparing for this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I expect everyone to play. Sean's a competitor. Brian Daboll's a competitor. Josh Allen's a competitor. Diggs, Poyer, Hyde. I mean, I expect them all to play. That's how we're preparing. And I mean, that's how we're preparing.
Joe?
Hey, Flo, good morning. As it relates to today's practice, can you please tell us if you are hopeful that any of these guys will try to do something today? Shaq Lawson, Solomon Kinley, Preston Williams?
I'll talk to Kyle and the medical staff after this about those guys, but I'll say that they're all doing everything they can to get out there as soon as possible. Everyone's nicked up, got some bumps and bruises this time of year, so they're all working to get out there.
Steve?
Good morning, Brian. Tua has the lowest interception rate in the NFL. Obviously, that's a good thing. But how heavily does that weigh in your evaluation of the way he's played?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good place to start, at the quarterback position. I think he's done a good job from that standpoint. Obviously, there's a lot of other factors, like at every position. That's one of them, which we evaluate, and I think he's done a good job in a lot of areas. But I think it's like every position. There's 15, 18, 20 different things that you're looking for at every position. But obviously the turnovers are a big one. And he's done a good job from that standpoint.
Cam?
Hey, good morning, Flo. We've talked about the quarterback situation a lot on this platform, but I guess what stand out to me is no matter what you've chose this year, you've been sort of convicted in whatever your decision is without really worry about outside or how impact is. What gives you sort of the confidence to make maybe these tough decisions, at least in my mind, without any worry about, consequences, so to speak, for lack of a better word?
Look, I have a lot of peace with the decisions that we make because it's sincerely, genuinely, and authentically based on winning football games and the people in this organization, our fans, and that's I have a lot of peace with the decision because of that. There's people here who work hard, from the grounds crew to equipment to the medical staff to people who work in the cafeteria to Hubert, who is here every day. It's important to them, so it's important to me that we try to do everything we can to win football games. So honestly, whatever consequences you're talking about, You know, when those people are at the forefront of my mind, to care less about the consequences, to be honest with you, Ken.
Alfred?
Whatever those consequences are, I'm not necessarily sure what those are.
Hey Flo, good morning. You guys have done a good job this season of the defense, keep making sure red zone trips either stay scoreless or field goals instead of touchdowns. You know, how important is that going to be, you know, to continue this week with that offense in Buffalo?
It's always important to try to, those are 4-point plays, you know, holding them to 3 instead of, you know, 6, possibly 7. So those are critical, you know, in this league when every game is, well, most games are tight, come down to the last 4 or 5 plays. Those 4 points can be critical. So, I mean, anytime you can get a stop down there, it's, you know, it's important. Conversely, punching it in the red zone is equally as important. So we want to do a good job offensively and defensively in that situation.
Joe?
2 guys that got hurt during the game. How is a Landon? And then the second part, if Jakeem is unable to participate in punt and kickoff returns, what would be your message to the 3 rookies who could be in the mix? Igbenogany, Perry, Bowden. What would be your message to them as far as how to approach returns if, in fact, they do it, you know, in Buffalo in a big game?
Well, Landon's injury was, you know, significant, as you guys saw with him being in the game. You guys saw that. So, you know, he's not obviously not going to play this week. And then, you know, those 3 rookies that you mentioned, look, I mean, we talk about ball security every day here, how important that is. So make smart decisions. You know, with the football when you have it, catching it, you know, putting it away. And again, the entire fate of the team's in your hand when you have it. So you got to protect it. So that's the message to those 3 guys, but really everyone on the offense and offense king game and defensively if we get our hands on it.
Omar?
With Landon down sidelines, you've used a number of guys in various roles based on the opponent. I've even seen Kava and Oy move inside to inside linebacker. How, you know, can you talk about the options that you have, and particularly for the Bills? I know you're not going to give away your game plan, but the thought process on a scrambling, athletic quarterback.
I mean, everyone's got to, you know, do their job and do it a little bit better. You want to keep him in the pocket. If he gets out, you got to cover him a little bit longer. You got to try to chase him down. Look, this guy's, you know, one of the top players in the league. I mean, I think he's really made a lot of improvement. I think Sean and Brian Dable have done a great job with him, and this guy's he's tough to deal with. And a very, you know, very, very good player. I mean, I know Dayball well, and you know, I can see a lot of. It's almost like Dayball playing football from a mind standpoint. So he's done a good job.
Cam?
Hey, Flo, I probably used poor wording with the consequences. I guess what I was trying to talk about in the last question was when we talk to some of your players, they talk about communication and trust with you. And I'm curious what the value you put on those 2 things when you're talking to your team about your decisions and how that keeps you guys, you know, all on the same page.
I mean, I think communication is vital. I think if you're honest and transparent, I mean, I don't know what more you can do. I think in any, I mean, and hopefully that's just not a football thing, but hopefully that's a life thing for them. You tell people the truth, you're honest, and the results of it are the results. And sometimes you won't be happy with that, but you won't feel like someone's being deceitful with you or anything like that. And I think that's important to players. I think they want to just know. I think that's important to anyone, not just football, but relationships, marriages. I mean, I think that's kind of, hopefully they're, take that from a football standpoint and apply it to other areas of their lives as well.
Final question, Safid.
Hey Flo, you guys have had, your uphill battles all season, shorthanded at times, things like that. Buffalo's playing so well. It looks like you guys, maybe like walking into a buzzsaw. I wanted to ask, what are some things that you like about your team, or let you know that they're kind of ready for this kind of must-win game to get into the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, Buffalo's a good team. They are. They play well offensively, defensively in the kick game. They're well coached. They're tough. They're physical. They got good players. So we got a great challenge ahead of us. And we just got to prepare ourselves the best way we can. Go up to New York and, play our best game of the season, or try to. That's what it's going to take against a team like this. I think everyone's seen them. They got great players. They're well coached. They're tough. Play good situationally. They play aggressive. They got fakes in the kicking game. They got good returners. Just got to play well. We'll try to play well, which, starts with our preparation this week, today. And hopefully if we can, build on that on a daily basis, we'll give ourselves a chance.